You know, LEGO always talks about, oh, don't leak things, don't spoil the surprise. Well, they did it themselves this time with the Hogwarts Express Collector's Edition. How did this happen and what do I think? Let's dive in. My name is Brian Saviano, lost his voice, O'Brien. This is the Hogwarts Express Collector's Edition, set number 76405 at 5,129 pieces. You might say, Brian, where did you get this information? I got it from brickfanatics.com. So shout out to them. And where did this information come from other than them? Well, a gentleman bought the Lion Knight's castle, and instead he got this. So whoever was packing the product did not do a good job, and also this apparently happened multiple times. So something happened at the distribution center where the Hogwarts Express Collector's Edition was accidentally revealed. So now that we have that mess up from LEGO, we can take a closer look at all the things that the set has in store, courtesy of legendoftovon over on Reddit, who was kind enough to crack the whole thing open, show us the bags and the box and everything else. So this is what the sticker sheet looks like. There's obviously going to be a few stickers on such a massive set, including the plaque, which you can see if you turn your head a little bit there. It has all the information about the actual Hogwarts Express from the Wizarding World, along with a few stickers for quotes that are going to appear on the inside of the train itself. So it exemplifies all the different scenes from the movies that you'll obviously know and love, and we'll get a closer look at the minifigures in just a second. So you're seeing some dirty laundry, some Hogwarts crests and all that. Let me just dive back into the main set image for a second, because you look at this and you're like, okay, you know, I see the stickers. There's not really any minifigures featured here. Does this feel like the retail price set of $500? Does this feel like it? And, well, secondly, this guy got a deal. He got an extra $100 set for free, basically. Take a look at all these minifigures. This kind of helps reiterate the value of what this Hogwarts Express is. And then once we take a look at the back of the box, you'll really get to see it in full force. So all the minifigures are from each of the different movies, from movies 1, 3, 6, and 8. So that's cool to see. A lot of these figures we've seen before with different outfits, like Remus Lupin. We've gotten the Dementor, obviously Harry Potter, Draco Malfoy, and all that. We get 4 Harry Potters in this set, technically, which, I mean, if you're good with it, you're good with it. You probably have 1,000 Harry Potters already if you've gotten any number of the most recent Hogwarts collection. But the most important thing about this is that you have Harry, Ginny, and their kids from the final scene of the last movie. So you get Albus, Lily, and James, which is very cool. That's never happened before, and that's an incredibly niche character. Kind of like Harry's parents from the movie, except these are more niche than them. So if you're a diehard LEGO Harry Potter fan, you have to get it for these minifigures here. And the main standing out thing about the minifigure selection here, all these make sense, they're main characters and whatnot, except for the Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff students. Why these two are included, I have absolutely no idea. They are not important to the plot in any way, shape, and form. But you could have easily put the older Ron and Hermione in there, and it would have been a totally complete scene entirely all the way through. You could have put Ghost Albus Dumbledore or something, but having these two minifigures be the only common ones of the bunch kind of makes it sting a little bit. So take a look at the back of the box here. You can see that there's the dimensions and a closer look at what the quote system is going to look like. So for the quotes, there's all the different quotes from the different movies. I think someone's coming aboard, and rack spurts, your head is full of them, from Luna Lovegood. Those are light up bricks that can illuminate the inner cabins when they're talking in each of the different scenes, so you get a better, closer look at the inside. Now, this is where you really have to visualize how big this bad boy is, all right? This is 118 centimeters, or 46.5 inches, and it's 10.5 inches tall or 26 centimeters long. So I can't really illustrate it right here on you on camera, but 46 inches, 46 and a half inches is almost the entire length of my desk. So when I first saw this Harry Potter, the Hogwarts Express, I'm like, oh, you know, that looks cool. You can't get a gist for how big this thing is just by looking at this picture. And the dimensions on the back only show it a little bit. Get a little bit of a sense because there's 3 or rather 4 instruction manuals. So obviously a big build like that is going to be separated between multiple instruction booklets. So you and 3 friends could build it if you really wanted to. And so the full box art image on the back, these are great pictures, by the way. Shout out to the gentleman on Reddit who got this. Thank you for showing all of us every aspect of it. You can see everything in full force. So it is like the ultimate collector's display piece. And like, to me, here's all the bags, by the way. You can take a look at all the bags. Look at this. It's a daunting one. So you got one white box inside of there, one big white box, and then obviously all the other bags alongside it. It looks like there are going to be 45 numbered bags, and obviously itty bitty bags in between them. So it's going to take you at least, 6 or 7 hours if you're a pro Lego builder, unlike me. So this being $500, it makes sense price to part ratio wise, right? Harry Potter is a pretty good deal overall in terms of what you're spending and what you're getting. So the fact that something Harry Potter outshines the castle now in terms of how large it is and how many pieces it has and price, like, that to me is very surprising. And I mean, obviously, it's not like we haven't gotten Hogwarts Expresses before. From the very first run of Harry Potter, we had a bunch of them, but the most recent one is actually still available right now. The Hogwarts Express set number 75955. This one you can get on store shelves right now because it's that big of a seller. I mean, you get Harry, Hermione, there's Lupin, right? You get Ron, Dementor, like you get everything that you would kind of want essentially for a Hogwarts Express. And it's not a bad Lego set at all. Get a platform 9 3/4, you get the part of the train, makes it easy to get multiple of them to extend it. So this is the only thing we can really compare it to, but obviously this is on a much different level. The train tracks do not fit with this size train, so it could not be motorized because it doesn't fit within the actual train system. Some people might have wanted that, but the way that adult Lego fans typically display their stuff, they're not going to have, motorization on their stuff. They're just going to toss it on a shelf and call it a day. So the fact that it's not motorized isn't a detractor for me. So will I be getting this on day one? Is this something that you want to buy? If you're a diehard Harry Potter fan, absolutely. This is like another one of those Lego sets like the Hogwarts Castle and the Icon set that is kind of a must get, which is actually why, for me, I've gotten out of Harry Potter, because they release now twice a year, 2 waves of sets, and then each of the Ultimate Collector Series sets are that much more money by comparison of all the other cool things Lego is coming out with. So, if you have the Lion Knight's Castle, you have this, you have a couple other things that are coming down the line potentially. You have Bowser, the Atari, you're talking $1,000 in 2 months, right? And I'm not saying Beyond the Brick doesn't pay me the Boku bucks, but like, I don't got the space for that. I got a lot of stuff going on back here. You know what I mean? So for the Hogwarts Express, it might not be something that lands on my shelf, but if you love Harry Potter, there's kind of no reason for you to not get this thing, man. It's huge. It's a huge display piece. And on the train tracks here, it gets to 10.5 inches. That's pretty substantial. It makes it a nice substantial display piece by comparison of something like the Mos Eisley Cantina, where it seems really flat and really not as distinct as it could be. But this is at least tall enough that you can have it on display. It makes a mark on your shelf. And in a way, I guess if you really wanted to, you could like split apart the train and then use the 2 ends as like bookends, which is what I've always wanted for Lego Harry Potter, is like Hogwarts Express bookends. So that'd be cool to store all your different Harry Potter books. That's just an idea. Maybe it's not easy to do. Maybe somebody can mock it. I don't know. But let me know what you think about the Hogwarts Express Collector's Edition down in the comment section below. Once again, thank you to Brick Fanatics and then Legend of Tovon for deep diving this set for us. We don't know the release date, but it's allegedly September 1st in the US, most likely around the world as well. So keep this on your wish list as you're going into the holiday season, and hopefully it lands underneath your tree or in your shopping cart in just a couple of weeks. Have a great rest of your day and talk to you soon. Bye.